Good morning everyone. So we are going to continue our Python course. It's unit 7 strings in Python working with text data. A focus lecture 60 is to 90 minutes that teaches how to represent, inspect, manipulate and use text in Python. This unit follows loop and shows practical string patterns used across programs. So going towards the next PPT. Next slide. What is a string? A string is an order sequence of character in close quotes. String store text, single letter, word, sentence or symbol. Name, short single word strings used for personal identifiers. Address, email, longer strings containing space, symbol and numbers. Password, secrets, password/secret strings that may include special characters and require safe handling. Moving towards the next PPT. So let me explain you what happened in this. What is string? A string is an ordered sequence of a character in close quotes. String stores text in a single letter, word, sentence or symbol. Maybe string basically name. What can be my name is basically my name is Moksh Tyagi, so it is very big, so I will just use name in to tell that I am telling my name to someone. Address, email, just using address or email without telling the whole address. And password, secret, using their code, pins and telling in a very short way, or to hide string that may include special character and require safe handling. Basically it means that. Creating string. Python supports several strings literal styles which whenever make you code clear. Single quotes, name equals to Python, good for short and simple text. Double quotes, city equals to Delhi, interchangeable with single quotes, handy when string contains single quotes. Triple quotes, message equals to welcome to Python, used for multi-line strings and docstring. Tap choose quotes to minimize escaping. Triple quotes preserve new line and indentation when needed. So basically how it works. Python supports several string literal styles which whenever makes your code cleaner. Name equals to Python, good for short and simple text. City use interchangeable with single quotes. Triple used for multiple strings and doc strings. So basically it means that. Moving towards the next slide. String indexing. Each characters in a string has indexing access single characters quickly. Positive indexing, word equals to Python, word 0, return p, indice start at 0. Negative indexing, bracket -1 returns n, count from the end, -1 is last. Code example, word equals to Python, print word 0 p, print word -n n. Let me explain it first. Each character in a string has indexing accessing single characters quickly, and there are two indexing. Positive indexing which works like this, negative indexing which works like this. Code example, word equals to Python, print word 0 equals to p, and print word and -n. Okay, so this is how it works. Moving towards the next slide. String slicing. Slicing extract substring using the syntax string start and step omitted, value default to the string edges, step controls star side. Example, text equals to programming, text equals to 0:7 program, text 3 ratio from index 3 to end, text ratio 5 for the first 5 characters, text -1 reverse string. Visual rule start is inclusive and is inclusive. Use step to skip characters. Example, step equals to 2. Basically slicing extract substring using the syntax string start and step omitted, value default to the string edges and step control strike. String operation, common operation, let you build and inspect string quickly. Concatenation, first equals to hello, second equals to world, print first plus second. Repetition, hi star 3, repeat the string 3 times. Membership py Python true, length len Python 6. So this is how the string operation work. Common operation let you build, inspect and string quickly. So I guess this part is also clear. Moving towards the second slide. Built in a string method perform a frequent text transformation and queries. Upper converts to the uppercase name upper, lower converts to the lowercase text lower, title slash capitalize, title case or capitalize first letter of the string, strip remove leading trailing white space, replace substring s dot replace old new, split into a list by a delimiter, find count, locate substring index or count occurrence, name equals to Python programming, print name dot upper Python programming, print name dot title Python programming. This is how it's work. Common string method, built in string method perform frequently text transformation and queries. These are the some. Upper converts uppercase letter, converts to the lowercase, title case or capitalize the letter of the string, remove leading trailing white space, replace a substring s replace old new, split into a list by a delimiter, locate substring index or count occurrences. This is how it works. I guess this part is also clear. Moving towards the next slide, which is our 8th slide. Escaping characters as raw strings. And new line, print hello and world outputs to line. Tab, insert a horizontal tab space inside a string, and escape quotes and backslashes inside literals. Raw strings, prefix treat backslashes literal useful windows and path and a regular expression see username. This escape character and raw string, escape character sequence that let you embed special character inside a string literals. So I guess this part is also clear. There are 3 type of new line, tab and AND. This is how it works. Moving towards the 9th slide. Practice program. Apply string knowledge with a short exercise that reinforce indexing, slicing and method. First, loop through the characters. Write a program that prints each character on a new line using for a loop. Second, use slicing reverse s equals to test on multiple inputs and explain why it works. Count vowels. Loop or use comprehension to count occupancies AIOU case insensitive. Fourth, palindrome check. Compare S to S after normalizing case and removing non-letters. Replace and analyze. Replace a word split sentence into word and count occurrence of a character. Instructor tip. Pair student to read each other output and explain why a solution verbalize understand depends on learning. Basic, these are the practice program that you should go through. And first is the loop through characters. Write a program that print each character on a new line for a loop. Reverse slicing, test on a multiple input, explain why it works. Count vowels. Loop use a comprehension to count occurrences AIOU. Comprehends S to S. After normalize case, remove the non-letters. Replace a word that split sentence into words and count occurrence of a character. It's done. Summary, key takeaway. What is a string? Text data stored as sequences of a character in quotes. Creation as quoting, single, double and a triple quotes choose for clarity and convince. Indexing and slicing, access characters and substring with the index and start and step syntax. Operations as methods, concentrate, repeat, search, transform. Upper, lower, replace, split. Escapes sequences as raw string. Embed special character or use raw string for a literal backslashes. Practice. Implement small program, iterate, reverse, count, replace and validate text. Next class, combining and IO file using loops, read perhaps text filing. Keep experimenting, strings are everywhere in a real program. Thank you. We are going to continue the PPT, last PPT. So the file handling as regular expression, working with files and searching text efficiently. So far the program data vanished when the execution ended. In a real application we store, retrieve and validate information persistently. This unit teaches Python file, read, write and close. It introduces regular expression for powerful text and search validation. Real world examples, student database, hospital records, banking transaction, login data and log file all rely on file handling text search. So basically in this unit we are going to study about regular expression, working with files, searching text efficiently, and basically we are going to learn about file handling, data type, and text efficiency. So moving towards the next slide, which is what is file handling. File handling is a process of creating, reading, writing, updating, managing file from your program. File let your program keep data between runs instead of losing when the program exists. Without file, data lives only in a memory, lost on exit. With files, data is stored precisely on disk and can be reused later. Common uses: reports, logs, user data, configuration, backups. So basically, what is file handling? File handling basically it is in the three parts. Without files, first we will learn about without file data lives only in a memory, lost on exit. Just when we will just we are writing something on a notepad and we will just not save it. We will not do it as a save as, not create a file of it. It will not get saved in our memory, and as I just close that window, it will just vanish. But when I use save as and store it in a file format, then it will be can be reused and can be used later on when I needed it. Basic common uses: report, logs, user data, configuration, and backups. So basically this is the use, this is the flow diagram. Okay, this is how you make it. Okay, so I guess moving towards the next slide. Opening files as file model modes. Modes meaning R equals to read file must exist. W write creates or tran creates file. A append adds to end. X creates a new file, fail if exist. Reads write no transcription. Example: if file equals to open student.txt R, always pick the mode that matches your internet. Accidental W can erase data. So we will move next slide. Okay, reading file. Python offer multiple ways to read file connect depending on your needs. File read the entire file as a one string, useful for small files. File reading reads a single line at a time, used in a loop to process line by line. File readiness returns as a list of line, handy for simple list based processing. Quick example: with open student.txt as f data equals to f dot read. Using the with statement is recommended as seen next card. So basically we will learn Python offers a multiple ways to read a file content depending how you need it. So file read is the first way to read the entire file as a one string, useful for small files. File read line single line at a time, useful for loops, process line by line. File readiness returns as a list line, handy for a simple list based processing. With open student.txt as f data equals to f read, using the statement recommended for the next card. So basically it's about the Python uses three ways: file read line, bracket. So basically it means a first one uses a one string. Okay, so it is used for one file. Second is use line by line, and third is list based processing. These are three processing. Okay, we will move to the next slide. Okay, writing and appending files. Writing replaces contents, appending adds to the end, knows the difference before you open a file. Writing override. File equals to open student.txt w. This mode deletes existing contents, writes a fresh data. Example: file.write hello Python. Appending preserve and add. File equals to open student.txt a. This mode adds data to the file without removing existing data. So basically there are two types: writing overwrite, basically we will overwrite the data on the previous file which we already have, and appending preserve as add. Basically in preserving, having the old file, not touching it, and just adding it, not overwriting it. So these are the two ways where which they can help. So use W carefully It translates use A when you want preserve prior records. Example, appending a new student entries. So W is carefully for transcripts, basically to change the data, and A for the preserving the prior records. So I guess this part is also clear now. Okay, so I will just move towards the next part. Choosing file as the with statement. Always release file resource when done. The simple method file.close. Preferred modern pattern with open student.txt or as file content equals to file.read. Benefits of with automatically closes the file even on errors. Cleaner, less error prone code recommended for IO files. Okay. Closing file with the statement always release file resources when it's done. So basically we just use this simple method preferred in the modern pattern. We just use file close for the in the modern patterns with open. So this is the code. Basically its benefits are automatically closes the file even on errors. It will just close the file even if it has errors in it. Cleaner and less error prone code. So it will just don't create a code for you, it just help you to have the less error in the code. Recommended for all IO files. Basically in the modern patterns we use it as it doesn't give much errors as previous codes as previously that was given. So let's move towards the next. Okay, move towards the next slide. Introduction to regular expression regex. Regular expression regex are compact pattern that describe sets of string, and they let you search, validate and replace with precision ideal emails for phone numbers, password and a long praising email validation. So what should I say? Email validation use regex to check shape like user domain before deeper validation. Phone number normalize and validate phone formats for many sources, and password rules enforce presence of digital uppercase special characters with one pattern. So basically these are the three validation. Email for regex to check the shape like users domain, and for the deeper validation phone number validation for the normalize and validate phone formats for many sources, and last is password rules enforce presence of a digital uppercase special character with one patterns. So these are some basics regular expression regex. I guess this part is also clear now, and I guess basically it's for the protection, for the security purposes also, and it make easy for you to basically understand what basically it is used for making your account more secure, more file more secure, more easy to accessible only for you, not for anyone else. So let's move towards the next part. Start with import re.key function usually frequently. Function purpose: search, find the first match anywhere in the text. Match checks for a match at beginning of the string. Findle returns a list of all non-overlapping matches. Sub replace match text with a replacement string. Okay. Example re.findle Python text returns very occurrence of Python. Regex power grows as you learn character classes, quantifiers, groups and anchors. So in this part we are going to understand common regex function. So basically these are the four functions. First is search, find the first and match anywhere in the text. Second is match, check for match at the beginning of the string. Okay. Findle returns a list of all known overlapping matches. Okay. And the fourth part is replaces matched text with a replacement string. So basically I guess you have basically understood what it means. And this is the one example they have also given. re.findle Python text returns every occurrence of a Python regex power grows you learn character classes, quantifiers, group and anchors. I guess this part is also clear now. Moving towards the second last slide of our PPT. Mini project student record system walkthrough. First we will build a compact program Add, save, read, and search student records using file and regex name matching. Okay. The student details name, ID, email for user input to validate with regex. Write file, open file, and append made, and write a new file, new line per student structure format CSV or JSON line. Read file, open file, read mode, load lines, trace each record for display searching. Search, use regex, research, and find the name for the partial matches to displaying matching records. Okay. Flow input, write file, read file, search, display. We will implement this lib after the slide. You can follow along. So this is the mini project you can guys make. This is how we should work with it, and I guess it's clear now. Moving towards the last slide. Congratulations. The unit summary, you need to understand preset data with files and how search, validate using regular expression. These skills are built practical program that store data, uses process logs, and validate input reliable. Key takeaway: use correct file, modes prefer with statement, understand, read, write, append, validate input with regex. Next steps: build a mini project, practice regex pattern, and explore CSV JSON modules for structured file. Python docs open with remodule tutorial, example with projects, and exercise. You all covered the full course map including earlier variable, data type, OOP, and added file as regex of a toolkit. Well done. You are ready to create to write program, process data, and intelligently analyze text. Thank you.
Let's start the video. So this is the part 2 of the this is the unit 2 that I'm going to teach now. So let's start. So variables in Python. What is variable in Python? Basically, what do you mean by variable in Python? So let me explain. Storing information in memory. Welcome back. In the previous unit, we explored what the Python is and how to display output using the print command function. Now we are diving into the one of the most important concept in the programming variables. Every program you write, whether it is a calculator, a game, or a website, relies on a variable to store and manage information. Core concept: what is a variable? So not going too far, so let's basically understand what is a variable actually is. So a variable is a name storage location used to hold a data in your program. Think of a label box. You put something inside, stick a name on the outside, and whenever you need that item, simply just look for the label. So name of, again we have the example, name stores Isha stores 20, Marks stores 95. So let me explain. So if we are in library, we are looking for a book, what we have covered every book with the same cover. So how would you easily know that that this is the book that I am looking for? So basically you will just mark something, like you will just write, like I am looking for a mathematics book which is written via B.S. Garewal. So what I will just do on that cover, I will just write B.S. Garewal Maths Engineering Mathematics by B.S. Garewal. So I will easily get to know that this book I am actually looking for. So this is what actually variable teaches us. So if we read the last line, every piece of information needs a place to live. Instead of remembering the raw value we are remember its name, and we can change the value whenever it's needed. Okay, so basically what we are telling, if I stored a box, if I just what I should explain, if I using a box where I stored some clothes. So now and I'm shifting to a new house, but when I shifted to the place, now I am using, I have just took out my clothes and put it them in the almirah or somewhere else. Now what the and I'm storing something else in that box, so that actually this is the how the variable works. If I store a data by the name, if I write name Moksh, so that data, that variable belongs to my name. But if I change that name to Isha, to Sarthak, to Tanish, to any example, then that variable will belong to that name only. So I guess I have easily explained you guys what actually variable means. So let's move on to the next slide. So this is the question: real life connections. Why do we actually need variables? So what do you think? Why we need variable actually? Imagine storing information without any name. You would simply write 20. Nobody would know that the number means what you when you write. So basically, if I just bought a book and I just written mathematics, which mathematics, bro? Engineering mathematics, class 12th mathematics, or class 10th mathematics? Which mathematics book I am talking about? So when I will write engineering mathematics written by B.S. Garewal part 1, so I will just easily got to know that the book is belongs to the engineering department, where this book will be used in BSc, BTech, and it will teach the further explanations which we have not read in 12th, maybe in 12th mathematics book. So this is how it works. So if I just write something on a book 20, and nobody knows what that 20 actually means. Nobody knows that which engineering book I am talking about. So basically I have to name it like engineering mathematics by B.S. Garewal. So you will can easily get to know that I am talking about B.S. Garewal. So now everyone instantly understand that 20 represents someone's age, variables, context, meaning, or raw data. So what they have given as an example, what they have done, they have just written age equals to 20. So what is actually means? So my age is 20. So what I will do, just age equals to 20. So now you know that my age is 20. But if I just write 20, what does it mean? It means nothing. So when I use age, it give a reason. It shows why we have just used that 20. So it's basically a way to store the data. So let's use the points. Let's get to know why we have stored this in age format. Readable. Descriptive names make code self-explanatory and easy to follow. Reusable. Store a value once a reference it throughout your program. Maintainable. Update a value in one place and reference that stays in a sense. Okay, so I guess it's clear now, and let's should I explain it more furtherly? I guess it's very easy to explain, and I did explain very well. So let's move on to the next slide. What does it mean? Hands on creating variables. Creating a variable in a Python simple. You pick a name, use the equal sign and provide a value. Python automatically figures out the data type for you. For example, again, name equals to Isha, age equals to 20, height equals to 5.5. Is student true? So basically, what I just tell the Python the name equals to Isha. So the name is Isha, age equals to 20, height is 5.5. So I just given the data and written their values. So now you and Python and my system, everyone knows what does it actually mean. So it's easy to explain now. It's easy to understand what I want to tell, what I want to explain. If I just written Isha 25.5 true, will it be easy to understand for you guys? I don't think so. It will be easy to understand. So left side, basically what they have did, left side name, variable name you choose like name or age, assign equals to assignment, equal sign assigns the value on the right or on the name or the left, on the left. So basically what equals to sign do, like if I just written name equals to Isha. So name is a variable, Isha is a quantity. So what equal to just did, it made that variable equals to that value which I have given to the system. Right side, see this, right side equals to value, error value, the data being stored, text, number, decimal or true and false. So let's move to the next slide. So rules. Know the rules. Rules for the naming variables. Python has a strict rule for what makes a valid variable name. Follow them and your code will run without errors. So when we talk about Python is very strict language. You cannot just write you cannot just use capital letters anywhere, you cannot just use small letters anywhere, you cannot just give space anywhere. It should be meaningful to the system, it should be meaningful to the language which you are writing. So this is the way we should write. First we should know how shouldn't we write. So to age cannot start with a number. We cannot just start age as a variable with a number. Student slash a name, hyphens not allowed. Hyphens, we cannot use hyphens in the code. It will just give the error directly. If you just written the 15 lines or lines code, maybe 20 lines code, if you just use hyphens or you just use a number before a variable, it will just show the error directly. Student age, space is not allowed. As I told you guys, Python is very strict with the language thing. It is very strict. You cannot just give space, you cannot just use capital and small letter anywhere. You have to just follow the instruction. Class, reserved keywords. Class, we cannot use reserved keywords in this in this, or it will show the error. So how should we write? Now we should get to know. Student underscore name. Use underscore always. If you just want to give a space between, just use underscore. Student age. Use letters only. Don't use numerical signs anywhere. It try to avoid first of all, but let's see the last example, age 2. The number at the end is fine. As I told you, you can just use the number at the starting or in the middle. You can use the number in between, but cannot use in the starting. Underscore marks start with an underscore. Starting with an underscore is still okay, but it won't be allowed if you will be using it in the middle. If you are using that underscore at the end, or you cannot just use underscore in the end. You can just use it in starting or in the middle. Take a moment to study each mistake, understand the rules. Now will save hours of debugging later. If you will just read it now, it will save your much time for the future. It's a very basic thing. You should know how to write the code in the starting. If you just cannot understand this, it will be very tough to learn the coding, and it can become a very become very stressful in the future, because you will just constantly repeat these mistakes if you just cannot overcome it right now. So write a better code. So how we can write a better code? Practice best practices for naming. I will explain it in very simple words. Good variable names make your code readable and professional. Always choose name that clearly describe your value represent. So it's very obvious thing, and it is a very basic thing to understand. So if I just using age, I cannot just I cannot write age equals to Moksh or name equals to 20. It's not valid. It cannot. Will you be able to understand what I want to say? What I want to explain it to you. You will just think my name is 20. Whose name is 20? Whose age is 20? Whose age is Moksh? Whose age is Isha? There are no one who it cannot be. It will be like Python won't reject it, but it should be meaningful as you write it. So Python follow snake underscore case conversion words are separately by underscore example student underscore name comma total underscore marks underscore phone numbers. So snake case, basically Python uses underscore as a space. So if you will use it, it can be beneficial for you, and can help you to improve to look your code neat, and it may also give you less error, and it can be it will help you to debug the code very easily. It won't take much time as other code will take if you just use the space or what I say hyphens. It will show the error. You should not be using it. So let's move on to the next slide. Values can change updating variables. Values can change. Okay, so what should I explain? Variables are called variables because their value can change. You can assign a new value to an existing variable at the point the old one is replaced. It's a very basic thing. Again, if I writing the code for me, like my name is Moksh and age is 20, my height is 5'10", my place of birth is Muzaffarnagar, But if I am writing the same code for someone else, for my friend, the data completely changes. The name, age, height, and place of birth will remain same. The variable will be same, but the data I will give it to them can change. For example, let's talk about my friend Vanith. Name equals to Vanith, age equals to 19, height equals to 5'9", and place of birth can be Roorkee. It's easy to, I guess it's not a very hard thing to understand. It just take your 15 to 20 minutes. Python is very easy, but we have just understand some basic rules and basic rules. Otherwise it can be a bit hard for you guys to do the coding in the future. Otherwise Python is not very hard to learn. It's very demanding in the future, so I guess it's very beneficial for you to learn beneficial for you to learn from the basics. These things should be very clear to you guys. When you assign a new value, Python simply updates the box with the new contents. The previous value is discarded and no longer accessible through that name. So, as I was explaining, if I given the output for my details, it will show my NI, my data. But if I just change my name, change the details to the Vanith as my friend, so it will not show the data for my name. If I will search for the name, it will show Vanith, not Moksh. So I guess it's clear now. Let's move on to the next slide. Shortcut techniques, multiple assignment. Python lets you assign a value multiple variable in a single line, making your code cleaner and more concise. Multiple assignment, shortcut techniques. So what does it actually mean? Python let you assign a value multiple variable in a single line, making your code cleaner and more concise. So what I should tell, same value in many variables, different value in one line. So if we are doing a mathematics calculation where x, y, z value is equals to 100, and maybe ABC value can be 80, and maybe A value can be 50, B can be 60, and C can be 80. They can be written in the different line, but if the value is same for each and every one, then the value can be written in the one line, which concise your which save your time, make code more cleaner, and make it concise. By this, it will be very time efficient. And when you write these type of codes in coding for 15,000 line, 10,000 line code, it will make the code shorter. If you just use everything in different line, it can be, if the 10,000 code program, it can be done in the 20,000 also, it can be done in 15,000 also, it can be done into 10,000, it can be, maybe it can be possible, it can be done in 8,000 also. It come with the skills, the person who is doing the coding at that time. So example, let's read the example first. Same value, many variables, x equals to y equals to z equals to 100. Okay, all three variables now hold the value of 100, useful when several variables should start at the same initial value. As I told you, when the same value is there, there is no problem. We can write the same code in the same line. Different value, one line. Name, comma, age, comma, city. Isha, comma, 20 is, comma, Manipur. Okay, so each variable gets its own value in order. If we write the code in the order, then there is no problem. Like name, comma, age, comma, city equals to Isha. So Isha, comma, 20 equals to comma, Manipur. So the same sequence should be followed as we have given the value to the variable. If the name variable is on the first, then we should write the Isha first, and the age variable is on the second, then we should write 20 as its age, and the third city in the third as a money. Okay. Avoid these traps. Okay. Common beginner mistakes. So it's very important, I guess. These mistakes I have also done by myself also. So I will suggest you guys don't fall in it. So let's start. It will just take more 5 or 6 minutes. This lecture will end with this. Avoid these traps. Common beginner mistakes. So these are the errors Python beginners make. Knowing them ahead of time save frustration and build confidence. Key sensitivity. Age equals to 20. Print age hashtag error. You didn't use any boolean in the bracket, so it will show the error. Python treat age and age as a two different variable. Capitalization matter. As I previously told you, you cannot just write capital letter and a small letter anywhere in Python. You should be very clear when you are using age with capital A and age with a small letter. Small a, it is a two different identities in Python. No space allowed. Okay. Variable names cannot contain space. Use underscore instead. Student underscore name. If you want to give a space, use underscore. Otherwise, if you just use a space directly, it will show error. It's as simple as that. You cannot just use space anywhere. Like for example, student equals to space equals to Isha. The whole code is right, but what the mistake he did, he just didn't use underscore in between. He just given the space. So that's why this error came, but it can be easily fixed. So just write these note in your notebook, in diaries maybe. It will help you. I will share these PPTs in the description. If you want download that, you can download also. No leading numbers. 2 marks equals to 95. Again, you cannot just write 2 or any numerical value in the starting. A variable name cannot be with a digit. Numbers are fine elsewhere. Marks too. So what again we have just read, I guess 2-3 lines back. We cannot just use what. Okay, here. So each tune at the end is fine. Now numerical at the end is fine, but 2 in the starting of the variable is not allowed. These things are very important. So I hope you have written in these things in your notebook, as it will help you. So guess this thing is also clear now. Let's moving towards the final slide. Time to code. Practice as what next? Practice question. Try writing these program in VS Code. Store your name and print it. Store your age and print it. Store your city. Store your college name. Change the value and the variable. Use multiple assignment. Today you have learned what a variable is, why variables are used, conversations, best practices for naming, updating variables, multiple assignment, common beginner mistakes. So I guess this video comes to an end. So what we have read in this video, we will just give a quick revision in 2 minutes. Core concept. What was the core concept? What is variable? So what we are teaching today is a variable. A variable is a name storage location used to hold data in your program. Think of it's a label box. You put something inside, stick a name on the outside, and whenever you need it item, you simply look at the label. Again, if there is a box and we have written name and we have given the name given its name to the clothes, and I haven't put it the clothes, then it will be easy for you to find in which box the clothes are kept. If I just wrote down that grocery, that box begins with the jewelries, and I have just put the clothes inside it. Will it be easy for you to find out? I guess it won't be easy for you to find out. So let's move to the next slide. Why do we need variables? Imagine storing information without any names. You would simply write 20. What does 20 mean? 20 means nothing. If you given age equals to 20, now you know that guy who has written this, his age is 20, her age is 20. So basically it helps now everyone instantly understand that 20 represents someone's age. Variable gives the context meaning to the raw data. Basically what I was explaining is this only. It easy to understand with the variables, creating variables. I guess this part is also clear. This is the very important part. You should learn this, and it will be beneficial for you with this. And I guess let's come to the end. So the first part of this video is over. The first video I am going to upload today, and I hope everyone understood what I have taught in these two videos, in these two parts. So thank you everyone. Good night.
So good evening everyone. So we are going to start the unit 3, which is operators and decision making. Until now our programmers could only store information and take input, but they couldn't perform calculations or make decisions. In this unit we will learn how the Python calculates value using operators and make decision using conditions. Two of the most powerful building blocks in the program all of programming. By the end you will be able to write the programs that evaluate conditions, compare values, and branch into different paths, just like the real world decision making. So basically we are going to learn about operators and decision making in Python language. Basically in the previous units we haven't learned to how to write code, how to write a program actually, and how to take a decision while writing the code. So in this unit we will learn basically we will learn about this only. So let's start. So first of all, what are operators? Operators are special symbols used to perform operations on variable and values. Think of them as the verbs of the Python language. They do things to your data. The simplest analogy is a calculator. When you press the calculator adds two number, Python operates works the same way, but they can do far more. Basic example: 10 plus 5 15, 20 minus 8 12, 5 multiplied by 6 is 30, 12 divided by 3 is 4.0. So, and the idea in one line: every operators take one or more values called operands, applies a rule and produces a result. The result can then be stored, printed, or used in the further calculations. So basically, what they are telling in this part, operators are special symbols. Operators basically are the special symbol that define a what should I say? Define a work. So if I want to add something, I will just write a plus symbol between two digits, or I want to multiply, I just will use this star symbol, or if I want to multiply, then I'm gonna use this star. Then if I want to subtract something, then I will just use the subtraction sign. So basically it performs many work for us. So basically this is, I guess it's clear now, so I guess we should move to the next slide. So arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operator lets Python perform mathematical calculations on numbers. Here is the complete set you need to know along with the example and result. Operator. First of all, we should know what operators are, what type of operators are actually. So first of all, we have addition. Second is subtraction, third is multiplication, fourth is division, fifth is floor division, and sixth is modulus, seventh is exponent. So these are the sign which we have to use to basically when we are writing a code, we cannot just write addition, subtraction, multiplication. We cannot write that. So in case of that, we have to use them for to the system know that we want to multiply, add, or subtract something. For example, addition 10 plus 5 is equals to 15, subtraction 10 minus 5 is 5, and multiplication 10 multiplied by 5 is 50, 10 divided by 5 is 2.0, floor division 10 divided by floor is equals to 3, modulus 10 percentage 3 is equals to 1, exponent power 2 multiplied by 8. Okay, so this is basically a mini. So what we have to do in this unit, basically take a mini challenge. What is the output? 17:5. Hint modulus, give the reminder after division. So it's a basic thing. I guess operators is a very easy thing to learn. Basically you just have to remember these for the arithmetic operators, and in this unit we will learn more operators and their work. So I guess we should move on to the next slide. So assignment operators. Assignment operators store a value into a variable. The most basic one is equals to, which assigns the value to the right to the variable on the left, but the Python also provide compound assignment operators, shortcuts that combine a calculation with an assignment in a single step. Let's start with x equals to 10 and then apply each compound operator in a sequence. Watch how the value of x changes after each operation. So basically I guess it's very easy. I don't think so we have to I don't think so we have to worry more about it. So let's, I guess, move on to the next. X plus 5 equal to 5, x equals to x plus 5, 10. So what happens before x plus equals to 5? 10, and after adding x plus 5, what happens? It's 15 now. X minus equals to 2, so basically it's 15, and afterwards writing this equivalent, it's 13. Same with these two also. So the shortcut key make your code cleaner and especially useful inside loops where the variables is updated repeatedly. Okay, so next is comparison and logical operators. Comparison operators are compare two values and always return a boolean result, true or false. Logical operators then combine, modify those boolean results, letting you build complex condition. Comparison operators, logical operators. So comparison equals to and not equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than equal to. These are the basic comparison operators, and these are the logical operators. So what are logical operators? And true if both sides are true, or if the either side is true, not reverse the true false. So these are the basic comparison and logical operators. I guess they will be used in the mathematical terms, basically more time in the mathematical terms, and this should be used in the theoretical knowledge. For example, the expression marks expression marks is greater than 40 equates to true marks if 40 is above 40 and false otherwise. You can chain conditions marks greater than equals to 40 and marks smaller than equals to 100 checks that if the marks fall within the valid range. So basically these are the operators which is used to basically tell the marks, digits, sum, and logical operator help into with the each side true or false conditions. Actually I'm not well, so that's why I'm not able to explain properly these things, otherwise I would have tried more. So identify and membership operators. Beyond arithmetic and comparison, Python provides two more categories that are incredibly useful everyday code. Identity operators is and is not check whether two variables point is to the same object in memory, not just whether the values are equal. X equals to bracket 1 comma 2, y equals to 1 bracket 1 comma 2, x equals to y equals true, x is y true. Membership operator and membership operator in and not in check whether the value exists inside a sequence like a string or a tuple. Python in Python codes true, 5 in 1 2 3 4 5 true. Bitwise operation. These are the terms and work in a binary representation of numbers. We will touch on them only briefly as they are an advanced topic beyond our current scope. So I guess it's clear now. I don't think so there is much to explain in it. So let's move on to the next slide. Decision making with if. What is decision making with if? Continue flow with proceed after branch, no skip block, bypass when false, yes execute block, run code when true, check condition, evaluates boolean expression. So this is the chart which I guess you should know to how this pyramid work. So check condition, evaluates boolean expression, yes execute block, run code when true, no skip block, bypass when false, continue flow, proceed after branch. Programs need to make decision just like do. If it's raining, take an umbrella. In a Python, then if statement evaluates a condition, executes block of only if that condition is true. If the condition is false, then block skip entirely. I guess there's some little bit of code. Here is a real example checking whether the student has passed. Marks equals to 25. If marks is greater than equal to 40, print pass. So this is how it's work. This if I scored more than 40, then I'm pass. If I scored less than 40, then I'm fail. So this is how this if condition work. If else if as nested if the if statement is just being beginning, Python offers a family decision making structure that handle increasingly complex scenarios from where two branches to multi-chain decision making with decisions. Okay, so if I start with from the bottom, if else two-way branch decision, else if chain add middle branch option, nested if decision instead of branch, progressive logic combines for complex flow. If one condition, one execution executes only if the condition is true. If else two paths, one for true, one for false, always block runs. Elif multiple condition checked in order, first match wins. Nested if and if inside another if for decision prior decisions. Practice program. Hands on. Now it's time to put everything other We will solve these programs live writing and running real Python code, each on reformed different combination of operators and decision making structure. Even or odd, use the module operators to check if a number is divisible by 2, positive or negative, compare a number against 0, greater than and smaller than operators, largest of two numbers, use an if else statement to compare two values and find bigger one, largest of three numbers, extend the logic with elif and nested if to handle three inputs. Grade calculator, chain multiple elif branches to assign grade A through a F based on marks. Voting eligibility, check a age greater than equals to 18, comparison on logical operators together. Simple login check, combine and logic to verify both username and password in one condition. So I guess it's clear now. First is even or odd. Even odd, use the modules operators percentage to check if the number is divisible by 2. So even odd is checked by when if that value is divisible by 2 or not, positive or negative, compare number against 0 using greater and smaller operators. Largest of two numbers, use an if else statement to compare two values and find the bigger one. This is how it works. Largest of the three numbers, extend the logical if else nested if to handle three input. Grade calculator, chain multiple elif branches to assign a grade A through a F on marks. Check age equals to 18, comparison and logical operators together. This is how it basically works, guys, and I guess this unit is completed now and I have explained everything. We will come back in the second part of this video and continue this